Hello, Aquarius. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing really, really well, Aquarius. Let's see how your energies will be at this moment so you can use them to your advantage and see a situation from a new point of view. This is a general reading. Take what resonates and disregard the rest. It applies to anyone with their sun, ascendant, moon, or Venus in Aquarius. Congratulations to all the Aquarians who are celebrating their birthdays these days. A very, very happy birthday to you. Aquarius, remember to activate all the bells so you can get notifications for the new videos. And if you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts where I'll be uploading new content. Let's channel a message for the sign Aquarius. Aquarius, we're starting off really well with the Ace of Wands. We have the Five of Wands, we have the Lovers, and we have the Ten of Cups, all right? Aquarius, there are energies of new beginnings, but there are also energies of courage, new moves, confidence, especially on a personal level. I feel like there's something new that's starting to appear in your social life, in your relationships, romantic relationship, family relationship, but your connections in general. There's a lot of movement in your environment. I feel this because there's something happening within you. There's something that feels new. Maybe this has to do with a new version. This is when you say, well, I'm going to start my life from scratch. I'm going to give it peace. A new beginning can be the rebirth of your life, starting to take initiative. Surely you'll start doing new things here, new activities. Above all, you'll start expressing yourself in a different way. You'll probably start having ideas for projects like, why don't I dare to do that? And why don't I show myself that way? And why don't I start that course, that career? There's a spark that has started to ignite. For now, it's just a spark, but little by little, this spark is going to start growing. I feel like it's a great moment to move forward with new goals, with new ideals, to also move forward with your new objectives, dreams. It's a moment where light is coming into your life, and all of this is telling you, pursue your desires now in the midst of these desires. And I feel the same way, like new decisions you're making for new paths. Like saying, I don't fit in, I don't like this doesn't please me anymore. I decide and choose this for myself, and now I decide to have fun. This way, I decide to say no to certain commitments where maybe I don't want to be. I decide to choose for my life that goal that I really feel that makes me happy. What is it that makes you feel comfortable? What is it that boosts your energy? Where do you feel safe? Doing what? Doing these new decisions that you are making. They might be causing a tension, movement, or friction in your environment. I'm sorry. There are people who might not agree with your decisions, with your new beginnings, especially with the boldness you're showing right now by jumping into something new. By doing these choices, of course. This also has to do with people who get upset because they either can't keep up with you, or maybe there's some kind of, or they just don't understand the decision you've made. No, but I feel like you guys do know you're aligned with what you want, with what you desire, with what truly excites you. And even though there might be a gap there, in your environment, will you be making these decisions? Okay, let's go. Let's see what else we have. I also feel this as an Aquarius who fights, in quotes, not for what they want, but for what they truly love, for what they want to connect with, for what truly attracts them. Let's see what else we have. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. General energy, Aquarius, Aquarius. Let's take 3. Let's see what else we'll do. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the Moon. We have the Page of Pentacles here. We have the Empress. Well, these decisions that you are making for this beginning, for this new life, what I feel is that, yes, there is a cost here, right? You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of projects, new goals. There's something you're going to start building. There's something you're going to start moving forward with. But what is the cost? The cost has to do with leaving behind what's familiar, the value of detachment. And in this detachment from the past, it could be habits. It could be customs. Freeing yourself from prejudices. Freeing yourself from fears. Freeing yourself from something you were very familiar with. Not very, like this was always like this. Something that was very constant routine. This is what is being left behind, or maybe it's the price of this beginning. Not in that past, which is being left behind, which is being said goodbye to. Because, well, your goals are different. Your priorities are changing. No. Many situations that were hidden at the time, that were kept secret, may come to light where you have revelations, especially about your surroundings, right? Emotional bonds, groups, friendships, relationships, they can be work relationships, also friendships, right? A kind of energy starts to build up like, hey, I'm starting to see another reality. I'm starting to see these people in a different way. It's like they're there. I'm not saying they're pretending, just revealing what was hidden before. People who at some point had been idealized also start to be seen in a much more realistic way. It's not like saying this is the truth, this is the reality. So there's an energy here. And I feel like there are people who are being left behind, either because there's no feeling or chemistry anymore. Your new path, your new decisions are taking you to a place that's completely different from where these people are. Is the chemistry gone? Lies have come up there, something that someone has found out about, right? Or if there has been some kind of deception, or why did they hide this from me? Or if it has nothing to do with hiding things, it's exactly related to what we were saying. No. To start seeing people in a more real way, maybe even in a harsher way, it seems. There's a process there of letting go. It could be that they're also going through a moment also of emotions, of a lot of sensitivity, because you don't let go of the past from one day to the next. That's why God is about disappearing. It's a process that takes time, but knowing that this detachment is not the end, it's the beginning. It's what will push you to the new stage, to new opportunities, to new people. Right now, you have a very strong intuition, and above all, you have that intuition with people, with relationships. It's as if you know what's going on. If you already know there's a truth, you already feel it, you sense it. Let's see what else we have. Aquarius, Aquarius. At times, yes, it's true that these days can seem like something. I see that your emotions might be fluctuating, like one day you're really up, very intense, and the next day it goes down. It's kind of cyclical, but this could also be because they're regulating themselves at some point, somewhere in the middle. There's something new coming in, and I feel like you need to adjust internally. At times, this can lead to doubts, to confusion about what's happening with the energy, because all these changes, patience. Patience. A lot of cards have fallen today. Let's shuffle again. It's just a moment of transition. Aquarius. Aquarius, you have the Wheel of Fortune, Death, and the Three of Wands, Eight of Cups. Yes, the change you're experiencing is super deep. Things are changing faster than usual. And it's not the time maybe to resist or cling to that past or to an old version of yourself, to old routines. The cycle is new. Let yourself be surprised. Go with the flow of this change, because not only is the change very fast, but the change itself. The change is marking the end of a stage in your life and a very powerful, very strong rebirth. That's why I say it's good, though many things are being taken away with this change. Maybe your old version is being taken away. You feel like something's missing, like you've lost something. Your mind wonders if everything is changing too fast and questions who we really are. Is a new version of you starting to appear, to emerge? And it's true that there can be a feeling of uncertainty when you're in the middle of such a big change. Yes, there are sometimes doubts about it. You start clashing with your surroundings too, right? Why? Because you're changing. And if you're changing your energy. This also affects your surroundings. In the end, all of this leads to a new Aquarius who has a new outlook on life. You're about to awaken your visionary power, that power of foresight you have about the future. You're going to have some kind of revelation, a vision of a situation that hasn't happened yet, something that's going to come much later. This is like having a revelation of the future. And that image that comes to you is the place where you're going to head. The important thing here is to keep an open mind to this change, not to become hardened, not to get rigid about what needs to change, what needs to end, what needs to be cut off. The more open your mind is, the more open you are, the better all this change will flow. Get ready. The future is coming, bringing a new reality into your life. A much broader, bigger reality with new experiences and new adventures, new people, and also new connections that will empower you a lot. But it's time to make that change of direction, to move on to something much better, to close a chapter with something familiar. Let's see what we have, Aquarius. In the Oracle, what will your message be? You have 15. It tells you that your love for others is powerful and that you are able to share your gift of kindness everywhere. Your curious and social nature puts you in contact with a variety of people, all of whom will benefit from your warm and sincere words of wisdom. And the decree it leaves you with is, I am wise. Aquarius, this is what we've seen. For all of you, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you here next time.